I think academics, ethicists in particular, don't understand how companies work, and they wind up giving advice that doesn't actually speak to anyone in particular. So let me give you a couple of examples of this. And by the way, I'm speaking as a former professor myself. I was in academia for 10 years, plus grad school before that. So I was one of these people. The way that academics think about companies is that the CEO, sort of up there in his office to him, twirling his mustache and figuring out exactly how to move the company. They have a bird's eye view of the company. They understand everything that's going on. They see everything. They think through all the ramifications, and then they make a decision. That's not the case. Now that I've been working with companies for 6.5 years now, the CEO can't know that stuff. They're too high level. They're overseeing tens of thousands, sometimes 100,000 employees. There's hundreds of departments. There's warring factions among those departments. There's warring individuals within those departments. It's all kind of bubble tape, bubble gum and tape. It's sort of, the left hand doesn't know what the right 8,000 hands are doing. And so this idea that you can say the organization should do X, most of the times, that's just not how it works. So let me give you an example. You'll hear academics often say things like, organizations should give individuals control over the data they have about them. This is sort of a privacy concern. I should have control over the data that the company has about me. But, you know, that requires thinking that there's a company that sort of knows about you, that they have all the data about you in one centralized location, that they could just look it up and then they can tell you what they have. But as anyone who is familiar with corporations knows, and especially on the tech side of the business, tech side of the house, they don't know what they have about you. The data about people is spread across dozens, hundreds of pieces of software. That software doesn't talk to each other. The people or the teams who oversee that software, they literally don't know each other, let alone talk to each other. And so the idea that this company has this centralized database about people that they can make public facing is crazy. Now, what would it take? Well, it would take a tremendous amount of effort for companies to centralize all their data so that such that they can say, pull up all the information, all the data that they have about Reed Blackman. That is a huge technical lift, and it is a huge resource expenditure. So academics can go around saying, oh, organizations should just make the data available so they can show people what data they have about them. They don't know what data they have about you. And so I think that if academics are going to give real, practical, meaningful advice and guidance, they need to grapple not with a caricature of what a corporation looks like and how it operates, but with what it actually looks like and how it operates on the ground.